Something happened where someone clipped my leg. I fell on the floor, and as I was falling, Mick Pennisi, who's 6'9", behemoth from Australia, fell on me and landed on my neck, which broke my C5, C6, and made me paralyzed from the neck down. Couldn't move a thing. Everything felt like I use this a lot, like your body cracks, your computer cracks,
right?
Or you have a short electricity and everything. That's what it felt like a big shock. That shock that went through my body, and it felt like my hands were by my feet and my feet were by my ears. It's just like my whole system went haywire, and it just turned off like a light switch, and couldn't move a thing.
Yeah, and while you were going through that, injury, what was just going through your mind? I know I saw the video last night. I actually just kept running in, just trying to see how everything kind of played out. And I can see it in your face that there was so much pain. Walk us through just in terms of the mental aspect of you just shutting down, or were you praying, were you asking yourself, next, or did you just feel like
Surprisingly, I was actually like Mr. Cris, who played Superman. He was basically decapitated by his horse. Just being deeply in the family, and creating this book. So I understand what it's like for him. And when you ask video, I tears right down my face. Centimeter higher, and I probably would have died on the floor. There's a lot of negligence there with the PBA. They didn't have an ambulance there that day.
right?
For some reason, I was on the floor for about 45 minutes to an hour, and with a spinal cord injury. If it happened anywhere else, I would have been helicoptered somewhere, which probably I would have gotten more return as far as movement and mobility. But yeah, there was no fear. There was no pain anymore. There was a lot of fear at the end of it. And then I picked up the floor and I landed and that's all.
Now I get you guys get out of that arena. Obviously, what's the hot? What was that next in terms of the recovery period? How long did it take?
without traffic, a good 30-minute drive, but with traffic, and there's always traffic in Manila, like an hour and 15, and I thought that was probably the worst part because I thought I was going to die in that ambulance ride because it was weaving back and forth, just trying to get through the traffic, the hills. It had a typhoon, and my body just started throwing up. I don't know if it was from shock or what. I didn't know. And plus I couldn't throw it up. I had no breath.
Right.
To spit it out. That whole time I was just like praying to God, like, please don't let me die this way. Don't let me die this way. And I didn't. I made it, and we got to the Makati Medical Center, and there was abundant support from fans and PBA players that were there before me, and it kind of made me feel a little bit better, but also made me a little bit angry because how did they get here before I did?
Right.
But just the support, just knowing that I wasn't alone, meant a great deal to me. That made me not want to give up and continue. And in the back of my head, even though I knew it was far-fetched, I was really like, maybe this is just a stinger. You hear it a lot in football. Maybe everything's going to come back. And once I got to the hospital, they started to run tests. And then they saw the x-rays and then the CT scan, the MRI, and they told me the bad news that my C5, C6 was dislocated. It was basically, here's my spine, it was like the two bones were over here, and which caused the paralysis. And just through that, I was in the hospital in Manila for about 3 months. There was a lot that I had to deal with. I couldn't use the bathroom on my own. I couldn't even sit up. I couldn't feed myself. Just because when your body's injured like that, there's no neurological response to it from your muscles.
Sure.
Like how normal people, when they sit up, I don't know if you ever get up like really fast and you get lightheaded.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was me times 1,000.
Oh, wow.
Everything, all the muscles in my body were shut off. So anytime I tried to just sit up, blood would drop down to my feet and I would pass out. I was in the Philippines so long just because of that reason, because I couldn't even sit up in a chair without passing out. So I was there for about 3 months, just doing tedious rehab. I mean, the Philippines was a very quick with spinal cord. I was being treated like a stroke patient. But things didn't turn around really until I got back to the Bay Area. I went to Santa Clara Medical Center in San Jose, and that's where the real therapy, that's where the real heartache came about. The limelight of the Philippines is gone. No one's visiting. You're there with your thoughts. You're there alone. I had the support from my sister. Shout out to my sister. I think she's on here. She was there with me day in, day out, just for support. And yeah.
Now, as you, I'm just putting this in my mind. I mean, I can only imagine the toughness that you had in your mind just to get out of the Philippines, just so that you can get that recovery support here in the U.S. By the time you went from the Philippines to the U.S., were you able to already sit up?
Sit up.
You were, right?
Sit up. That was about it. I still had a hard time feeding myself. Still couldn't use the bathroom.
Right.
And then obviously the PBA offered not the PBA, Purefoods offered for me to stay in Manila and they would cover my costs for rehab. But in my mind, I said, this is not enough. In the back of my head, there was like, I still can play.
Yeah.
I just need to get better.
Yeah.
But then once I got to the States, it didn't change more. It didn't get better. It just more. It was more of a realization, like, oh, they're teaching me how to be in a wheelchair.
Right.
So then I was just like super depressed. The physical aspect of this is obvious. Well, all the internal, emotional, and heartache that I had to go through was the real journey I had to go through, and this is why the book came about. And I'm exposing all this stuff that was blocking me from my thinking. We care a lot of things, we just don't express it a lot of the time. And it's just about I went and dove into myself to expose all that trauma that
Now, can you share to the viewers? I know you talked about the depression
she's not going to give up her life for me and come here. And then I'm starting to hear different things through social circles about how she's acting over there. And I just wanted to end it, like end this nightmare. So I really thought hard about, ending it all, killing myself. And as I was about to, like, take these pills and just swallow them, like a vision of every single person I knew standing over my casket crying, and that's the turning point. I said, these guys would hurt much more than the pain I am going through right now if I was gone. So that was the turning point. And
was that actress in the book?
I didn't use names.
I didn't use names.
So I wouldn't get sued. But
that's all right.
It's not a hard Google search.
Right.
It's like probably on the top if you do. So go ahead. But I'm not gonna name names.
Of course.
But that was actually very important. Because too many people love me, and too many people want me to feel better. There's too many people supporting me. And I read about all the support from friends back home in Manila, and then my true friends back home, my family. We got tighter. It was just kind of like I surrounded myself with a supportive community because regardless of my outbreak, I was going through so much, regardless of how depressed I was, how I would lash out at them, they would always still stick by my side. And through adversity, you really do. You probably hear it a lot. It's very cliche that you'll find your true friends when true adversity hit.
Absolutely.
And I did for sure. Especially when in Manila, in that life, in that world, you have, I wouldn't say teachers, but people are trying to get in to know you and say that they know you.
Of course.
Say that you're friends. That's my boy. But actually, when the dust settled, I found out that was my true friend.
Absolutely. And you know what? When I look back, just talking about all this, what comes to my mind, did you document that day when you were able to stand up? I mean, what was that feeling like?
Oh, it's a juicy one. Feel that girlfriend. I think this is the time where I thought about it. Yeah, it's a juicy one. First, that was the hardest thing I ever had to do because doctors want to get you never feel anything terrible. So the odds were really against me when I started, and like I can't do it. No, it was no tears. It was just like, I got this.
Yeah.
I got this.
Yeah.
I got this, And then, what I learned through the process is I would have to fail each and every time to just even try.
Right.
So don't be afraid to fail. Like I was afraid to take my first step, but I did it. And it happened. I was even afraid, just like I was talking earlier, just to sit up and tell myself to sit up because I don't want to back out. Sometimes I felt like I was back out. I felt like I was drifting away. Right. I'm not going to die. I'm going to wake up and have backing out. So I would tell people out there, don't be afraid to fail. Keep on keeping on there. Keep yourself up. I had strong community. I can walk with crutches. I was walking a lot more before I had kids, and now I gotta chase them around. So I think it's just safer to be in the wheelchair.
Of course.
But I gained back a lot. I I would be considered a medical miracle. Some because the doctors say where my injury happened and how long I was on the floor or without medical attention. That I've gained that back a lot. And I always question that. Sometimes that comes back in the back of my head. What if I would have seen that? Would I still be playing, or would I live a normal life? So I would say I'm about 65-70% healed through God's grace, who helped me get through it. And, yeah.
And how long was that period for you from the first day you stood up to your 65-75%? Was that about 4 or 5 years for you to get to that point?
I would say 4, 5, 6 years.
4, 5, 6 years.
And then it kind of after that, it kind of just plateaued. It's kind of like up there. I don't know if it's because of me being in a wheelchair more,
Right.
and going to therapy because therapy is expensive. Just trying to do things on my own. But yeah, who knows? I mean, I'll take what I got. I can't do anything compared to what the doctors say. What my outlook is going to look like. I was like initially started with a wheelchair that you would have to blow with your mouth.
Right.
To the point where I then use my wheelchair. I can take care of myself. I drive. So this is all a blessing. I can't. It's like I can't complain. I'm very content with what I got.
No, that's great. And I'm very happy for you. Fast forward, in regards to your injury, you got a family now. So you got what, 2 kids?
2 kids, one on the way.
Yeah, one on the way. Let's talk about that. I know now that you share that you're content with your life. What's that family like for you now?
Oh, this is after my injury. I just wanted this. I just prayed to God, like I just want someone to love me, and would I be able to have a family, or get married? Would I be able to have a family? And He's blessed me with that. And there's nothing else I want in this life than what I have right now. I wrote this book not to make any money. I just wrote it to share the story because I felt like God was always putting in my heart, you need to tell your story. So many people can be helped by this. And then I talk about it a lot. Like always people are saying I was an inspiration, but I was just trying to live it.
Yeah.
I was just trying to live. I was just trying to make it every day. And if they would say I was an inspiration, why not document what I went through? Regardless how raw and how hard I had to go into it to write and pull out all these stories or all these traumas to eventually help inspire people to keep on pushing and kind of really examine themselves right now. Because this book is maybe 5% basketball.
Hey, that's
the rest
okay.
The rest is all about me unraveling or peeling back the layers, or to let people into my life that I expose to help people heal from whatever they're going through.
I think the most important part of this writing this book is not the basketball side of it, but for me, and this is just my opinion, I think the spiritual side of you, of how you were able to recover, put your mind together. Because in anything in life, man, I always tell people, man, it's the execution is the hardest part in life. You may have it here, and you have plans, and you write down the ideas and the goals, but it's really staying consistent with the idea, right? Executing the goals that you have year after year, and it seems like you've accomplished it. I mean, hands up to you, man. I mean, it's just for me that to me is totally an inspiration already.
Thank you, man. But now the journey is. I'm still in the journey. Who knows what this book, or who knows how much more I can heal. But I just know that people are watching. People want me to get better. People want to see me do well. So I'm going to continue to keep trying to get better and keep inspiring people as much as I can. You were going to say, you had a question you were about to say.
No, I was going to say, aside from writing the book, I just kind of want to just talk briefly about the writing aspect of it. How long did this take you to write? Who was involved with the book? And really, what got you to actually get this on Amazon? Who was all part of the whole experience for you?
Sure. I started writing this book 8 years ago. When I first started writing this book, I was chasing the fame and money again that once was lost. I was basically just telling a story, chronicle my life, hopefully to be famous.
Right.
And at the end of it, I felt like, no, this is not me. I'm such a phony. I'm being an imposter. The second try was, people were saying you're such an inspiration, and I was writing these stories that were inspiring, but deep down inside, I was still an imposter. And then it was like 2 years ago, around my birthday, I was having these visions of, like, I was talking about pulling back the layers. I felt like there was a light covering me,
Right.
and I would only get glimpses of my life. So what that told me is, like, I have to go into all this trauma and drama and accolades, everything that was supposedly showing who I was, but not who I really was. So I had to examine my life the last 2 years and find out who Eugene Tejada really is.
Right.
And that's how this book came about. And I hooked up with Gabe Norwood's agent. His name is Mark Chan. It's on the book. He helped me write this. I told him my stories. I told him what I was going through, and he just brought it to life. And he helped me write it. Him, Tony Delacruz, was kind of the guy that got in my ear to tell me, like, hey, man, so many people are watching you and being inspired by you, not knowing that he had his own issues. We talked about it a lot in the PBA. He's a motivation speaker in the Philippines now. He's a coach for the Alaska Aces, assistant coach for the Alaska Aces. That he had thoughts of suicide. And what I realized was, I had a lot of mental health issues that I wasn't, exposing. I was trying to put it in. And I shout out to Kevin Love and Warren Grossman to make it known that it's okay to talk and express your feelings. Really know yourself, that you're vulnerable. And I think when they said it, I was already starting to write the book, but when they said it was just kind of confirmation, like, you're on the right path.
Right.
Yeah.
That's great, man. And to be able to have good people around you, Tony Delacruz, Gabe Norwood, the gentleman that helped you write this book, Mark Chan. I mean, to me, that's the right people in your circle. And obviously, now you're able to share your story. And I'm excited, man. I'm truly excited to read this book.
Yeah, man.
I'm going to take the time this weekend to really...
Please do. It's not long. It's not long. I'm not an author, but we did our best to get my story out there. I would love to, when you have camps, they're near me, I'll visit, say a few words to the campers.
Absolutely.
My nephew, here in Landon, he went to the camp in San Francisco. Shout out to Landon. Yeah, I want to be part of Fil-am Nation. I wish we had this when we were playing, because I know, back in my time, sound old. Back in our day, you didn't see a lot of Asians in D1. Now you're seeing a lot. I think that's the exposure of social media, getting people just to get a look. And I commend you guys for what you guys are trying to do with the Fil-am Nation to get people seen, regardless if it's playing basketball in the Philippines or Europe, or even just getting a scholarship, D1, 2, 3, don't matter as long as school's free. But like I said, go to class.
Go to class,
grades up. A testament to what happens when you don't go to class. You lose a lot of opportunities.
Now, you know what? First of all, I want to say thank you to you for taking the time to be able to share your story. I'm hoping more and more people can be inspired by this book that you wrote. Ready to Rise, guys. If you haven't purchased it yet, make sure you purchase it on Amazon.com. Now, one of the ideas, obviously, you and I talked about is when we do have more Fil-am Nation camps out back east. Yes, I definitely invite you to come out. I'd love for you to be a spokesperson in regards to your experience, from the experience of making sure we let kids know the importance of going to school, but more importantly, understanding that PBA career is not, you know, it's not something that, you know, could be a long career for anybody, you know. So with that said, I mean, you know, you always want to make sure you have a backup plan. You want to make sure you have a good education. But more importantly, I think one of the things that I can grab from this this talk with you is really surrounding yourself with the good people and people who's more genuine and sincere and really care about, you know, your you know, just your whole well-being. And I could tell you definitely had a lot of support with friends and families because not a lot of people get to write books like this, man. I can tell you that. You know, I mean, there's been a lot of people that asked me to write a book, and I told them, you know what, I'm not even ready yet for that. You know, and for that reason, I mean, I definitely want to make sure that you are involved with the Filipino community. And we want to make sure we have this at every event.
Yeah, that'd be great.
For people to see it and people to buy it. Now, aside from Amazon, are there anybody else carrying the book?
Yeah, I was just pushing people to Amazon, but it's on Barnes & Noble's, Rakuten. I think all major digital outlets is available, but for hard copies right now, it's only Barnes & Noble and Amazon.
Got it.
One message I want to say to people is, like, don't put your whole identity into one thing, because just like me, it can easily be taken away. So whether it's like you need to be multi-skilled, because you never know what can happen. You know, we can't write our own story. We have to follow God's story, let His story be your story, and that's how it comes down. But for sure, I mean, it's great to go for one thing, but be versatile for sure, because like I said, anything can happen. Everything can just be taken away just like that in the blink of an eye.
Absolutely. And Eugene, you know what? You definitely are an inspiration, man. I can tell you, you know, when Sonny introduced us back into our conversation, you know, it was just good to hear from you, man. To be honest.
Yeah, man.
What I can say is that when I heard about the injury, there was always a question in my head, like, what happened? You know, how did it happen? And I'm glad that you're able to share that in the book. Just because I think more and more Fil-am and more of our Filipino community needs to know what the story looks like back home.
Yeah.
What that transition looks like and coming back.
Yeah.
You know,
we hear it a lot. I hear a lot of stories of ex-players coming back from having those big paychecks. It's a struggle. I may say we all might hit a depression stage, and I've seen it happen to a lot of players when they come back and they're not ready to deal with not being in the limelight or not having that comfortable paycheck that was coming in. You know? So I've seen it firsthand. So that's why I said be versatile, be ready, have a plan. Obviously, the plans can change, but always have something set up for after.
Absolutely. Maybe we can get Rob Hewitt now on this live chat, and maybe even Rob Johnson. Just
Rob Johnson would be great. I don't know if you get Rob, but you can try.
I'll definitely try. But Eugene, man, thank you so much for being an inspiration. Thank you so much for being on this live chat. I can say that, you know, just being able to communicate with you has been an honor. Not just because we played together during our college days, but I know for the fact that, you know, just to be able to inspire others, and especially our youth, the message that you have in regards to academics, I think that's a really big hit for a lot of kids out there. So thank you, man, and I really give you a lot of props. Now, you want to give any shout out to anybody out there listening? And
let's see who's on here. Let me tap on. Landon, I said what's up to you, Landon.
Yeah.
My sister Dana, Carlo's here. Oh, Jen's on there. Jen Rodano actually helped me with the book and kind of setting it up, how I should launch it. And she wrote a book, In Her Purpose. You can find that on Amazon as well. She definitely shoulder I leaned on through this whole process. Mark Chan, who helped me write this book. My parents and all my friends and my fans that still message me every day saying I'm an inspiration. Thank you guys for not forgetting about me, and hopefully this book, like you said, you always wondered what happened. Everyone actually knows that.
Yeah, Yeah. And I know Coach John Chambers is listening. Did you get to play with Coach John Chambers?
No, he went to a couple practices here in the last. I know about that legend here about him.
Yeah.
From everyone. I knew about him way back before I even practiced. Big shout out John Chambers.
He'll be on next week.
He's an Alaska legend.
Yeah. He'll be on next week. So definitely excited about that one too. Eugene, man, again, thank you for your time. I know it's played out. So I know we have a 3-hour session. Here, let's go. Hey, continue doing great things. You and I are going to be in touch moving forward. Especially with our camps that are going to be growing and moving around the United States. And again, man, whenever you're free, hey, we got you, man. And I mean that.
I got you.
I really want to make sure people read this book.
Yeah, Ready to Rise by Amazon, Barnes & Noble. All digital platforms is available. My Instagram handler is under there, Eugene Tejada 33, as well as you can find me on Facebook and message me.
Are you the first PBA player to write a book?
Eric Mick just finished one.
Eric Mick just finished one.
Eric? Oh no, Kelly Williams. Kelly Williams.
Williams.
Shout out Kelly Williams, who I asked. I had a few questions for him the other day, and he responded. Trying to get my book to Manila. I have much more of an audience there. But we're trying to figure it out. The people who are listening from the Philippines, we're trying to figure out how to get there. So stay tuned.
Well, maybe I got to get Kelly Williams on live.
You do?
Yeah.
Kelly, I'm more than happy to do it.
Maybe you can connect us.
Well, you don't know?
Well, I mean, I know of him. I know Alex and him played together with Santa Lucia.
Yeah.
So I'm sure, it'll be a good connect. But definitely want to get him on this.
Oh, yeah. Remember the thing? Church in my ear, but I'll definitely post it.
Yeah, get it.
I just checked right before we got on.
This postal service, man, it's nagging.
Well, there's a lot of things going on. Out of control.
Absolutely. Well, Eugene, thank you so much, man. God bless you, brother.
Thanks for having me, man.
Thank you.
For having me on. Yeah.
All right. All right, guys. That was Eugene Tejada. Definitely a great story. Definitely a great player when we were playing in San Francisco, Fil-am league, or Fil-am tournament, that is. But I definitely want to make sure that you guys all know about the book, Ready to Rise. It's on Amazon. If you can't find it, just type on Google. I'm sure you'll find it. Because I know this weekend I'm going to take the time to really read this. For any of you guys out there wondering about future camps, we're going to have our camps soon. We'll post it. Obviously, with this pandemic, things are starting to shut down again. Just to make sure, over numbers. So please make sure you wear a mask. Wear a mask because, we'll definitely get through all this. But once again, guys, thank you for tuning in. We got another special guest tomorrow. Coach from Georgia. I ain't gonna say it. We'll look on our page who it is. But it's definitely an up-and-coming college coach at University of Georgia. And we'll tune in tomorrow at 6 p.m. Pacific time. Or I believe it's at 6 p.m. Pacific time. And look forward to seeing you guys again. Much love and God bless.
Baka yun, Joy.